Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forest. I am Pelenta, and this is my forest. Grab yourself a glass of water or a cup of tea and spend the next few minutes with me. And like I always tell you, don't believe everything you hear. Do your own research and check your facts. Please do that. And as soon as these butterflies bring us on in, you know what's happening? Don't you want to know what my butterflies are saying? What? Don't you want to know why my butterflies are talking? What? They're saying something, and I'm going to bring you on in because I want you to check this out. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. You can see I'm already having wardrobe malfunctions, but I like my music. I like that. Ba-ba-boom, ba-boom. I like bringing the show in with that. Ba-boom, boom, boom, boom. Have some cool stuff to share with you this evening. I like talking about cool stuff. And I have some super cool pictures to show you at the end. But first thing that I want to talk about is solar. Do you guys know anything about solar energy? Do you care? Have you heard about it? Are you curious about it? I don't know, but I'm going to tell you. There's a solar firm called SunWorks, and they just opened an office in Oregon. And the Roseville-based solar power company, SunWorks Incorporated, has opened an office in Southern Oregon. Now, this expansion into the community of Medford extends SunWorks' presence beyond its current service market in California and Nevada. Now, SunWorks recently reported a net loss of $378,000 in this year's first quarter, which is an improvement over a $1.4 million loss last year. But the first quarter revenue was $19.6 million. Now that's up 250% from $5.7 million in its opening quarter of 2015. Now, one cool thing about solar energy, in case you don't know, is solar energy is energy from the sun. And you may drive through certain neighborhoods, such as Rockland, Granite Bay. I've seen a lot in Elk Grove area. What else? Land Park area, and you'll see a lot of people have all this big weird looking stuff on their roof, which is solar. And lots of times when on the good days where there's no clouds and you got that sun sucking up on that solar, the energy companies will actually pay you because you don't need their energy. So I think it sucks that they've suffered such a loss. But I do believe that solar is eventually going to catch on, and it is the way to go. See, things like that I'm all for, because that kind of technology that we're moving into is really helping us. It's helping the planet. I mean, the sun is in the sky to help us. So we're supposed to be using the sun to help us help the planet. Because when we start doing things like that, then we can get rid of, I said ex-nay, like I'm speaking pig Latin, but we can get rid of all this other stuff that we really don't need that's destroying the planet. So hopefully that solar will come into a yay, which is pretty cool. But go online and look up solar energy and check out the benefits. You know, look up the pros and the cons and check it out. It's pretty cool. Well, here is a weird story. Because I haven't talked about strange stuff in quite a while because I've been so into all the other juicy news and medical stuff. But here is a strange story. Now imagine waking up to this. So I gotta do my check this out. Okay. Bear cubs found, not beer, bear cubs found in Sierra garage. Now listen, bears in the Sierra are out of hibernation. And a video from the El Dorado County Sheriff's Office shows how a mother and 2 cubs took over a garage in search of food. You know what? Can you imagine waking up? Now, when most of us wake up in the morning, if we even have a garage, we wake up. I don't know anybody that really just bounces right out of bed and has all their wits about them. Because when you just jump right out of bed, you're still kind of a little foggy in the head. Now just imagine, you get up out of bed, you walk out to the garbage can and everything, you're fooling around in the garage, and you hear something moving. Your first instinct, you're probably thinking, oh, it's probably a cat or a squirrel or something. You turn around and look, and you see a bear. Well, if you just see the one bear, you're probably startled, but you're not really that tripped out. But then when you see those cubs, what do they say about a mama bear and her cubs? Scary. So the video shows how it was necessary to scare off the trio by firing off a few rounds into the trees. One cub perched on what appears to be a freezer, while another scurried past an overturned garbage can. The Sierra County Sheriff's Office reminds Sierra residents, now what did I just say? Don't get between a mama bear and her cubs. Give the bears their space. And for God's sakes, people, start listening. Okay? You can get into this big old tirade about prison planet, homeland security, you're being controlled and this and that. But you know what? When there are signs up that say, wear your life jacket, don't feed the bears, danger, do not enter. Those signs are up there for your safety, and you really need to listen. Because when you don't listen, everybody suffers. Because your butt's being hard-headed. Your family members suffer. Everybody else that's nosy like me suffers. People on the media suffer. And then somebody has to pay for your inconsideration and your stupidity. So, like they say, secure your garbage cans in bear-proof containers, and don't leave dog food outside, and don't leave food in your cars, because you're going to get up one morning with your window busted out thinking somebody broke into your car and it was actually a bear. Okay? So people, come on. Follow at least some of the rules and stop being so careless. Golly, I swear I'm falling on deaf ears. Anyway, listen to this. Now, you guys know I'm a Snapchat junkie. If you go to my YouTube page and look at my playlist, Dare to Be You, I have over 200 Snapchat videos of me acting like a dang fool. It is ridiculous. Talk about addiction. Well, at least I'm addicted to Snapchat and not crack. Snapchat daily users surpass Twitter's. It's no wonder. Snapchat has 150 million people using the service each day. Oh my goodness, this is so crazy. Snapchat has been growing quickly, boosted by its popularity among young people. The app had 110 million daily users in December, and it said that the people who asked not to be named because they weren't authorized to speak about the numbers. But Twitter, which was founded in 2006, has less than 140 million users interacting with the service daily, according to an average, analysis. But it has since, listen to this. The short messaging service was once the largest social network after Facebook, but it has since been surpassed by Facebook and other apps. But you know what? At one point, Facebook actually wanted to buy Snapchat. Snapchat said no way. And then Facebook wanted to merge with Snapchat, and Snapchat said, nothing doing. Do you think that was a good idea? Or do you think Snapchat, whoever the CEO or the creator is, do you think they're regretting it now? I don't think so. Personally, I think they made a good decision because everybody loves Snapchat. Snapchat is always going to be Snapchat. Nobody can nobody can steal Snapchat. They're original, you know. What is Facebook going to do? All of a sudden start having, filters or whatever? I mean, everything isn't always about money. Some people just don't want that extra stuff, but Snapchat is the bomb. So here, I was talking about oil spills and stuff a couple episodes ago, but here in Oregon, crews work to contain oil from a train derailment, spill, and fire. So in Seattle, environmental crews worked to contain a sheen of oil that appeared in the Columbia River along the Washington-Oregon border after a Union Pacific train derailed and caught fire. But officials said that there was no immediate indication of harm to wildlife. All right. If there is an oil spill, well, hold on, because 16 of the 96 tank cars of the train derailed. So if you have 16 of these big oil tanks in the water, and then you're going to say that it's no danger to wildlife, I don't know what it is about you folks where you think that people can't handle the truth. Of course, if you tell people the truth, they're going to get angry and kick and scream and yell. But I think people are more angry that you don't tell them the truth. Because to sit there and say that the oil spilling into the water is not harming wildlife is absolutely untrue. Now, how much it's harming the wildlife is under question, but the simple fact that there is an oil spill in a river that wildlife drink from, of course it's going to hurt the wildlife. It's going to hurt them some kind of way because now they're drinking water that is polluted. Do you realize how stupid that sounds? Okay, here, Pelenta, here's a gallon of water. It only has a little bit of antifreeze in it. It's not enough to kill you. So, but it's okay. Just go ahead and drink it. Man, I tell you, like I always say, you people, just crazy. Moving on to some super cool medical science. You might have seen this on the news. And I mean, it's like for a couple of days, I was so obsessed with this story. I could barely even sleep. I was all over this story. It's called The Flying Eye. It kind of reminded me of World of Warcraft, where it was, I think it was the Death Knight. When you first got to be the Death Knight and you had to do that one quest, and it was the eye of Horus has you. And you had to go into that town with that eyeball and do all, and all the little people down there would shoot you down, and you had to keep doing it over and over and over and over. And if you wanted to cheat, you can go to ThoughtBot and figure out how to do it. Yes, I said that. I know somebody out there watching is a World of Warcraft fan. And I saw that movie, by the way, with Paula Patton, and I forget the other guy's name, but that dude, well, I can't tell you about the movie, dang it. But anyway, there were some hot, hunky guys in that movie. As a matter of fact, the one guy, I don't know what his name is, but he played Krista's boyfriend in the Netflix show Continuum. He is fine. All right, I'll calm down. But anyway, this is a flying eye clinic, and it says Flying Eye Clinic will train medical pupils pupils of all verbiage to use. But it says the UC Davis Medical Center doctors trained on the Orbis Flying Eye Hospital at McClellan Field. So this is so cool. And like I always say, you know, I don't think we give our doctors enough credit because they have a passion to help us. And they are out here busting their butts trying to find cures and things for us to get better so we can have longevity and all this really cool stuff. And these doctors, I thank you personally because I know how hard you guys work. So if you want to look up something interesting, people, look up the Flying Eye Clinic. It is amazing. It's just getting started, but it's something that's gonna affect over 285 million people worldwide, and there's over 30,000 medical professionals that are on board, and it's also going to affect over 2 million patients for the better. So check that out, people. And last but not least, you know how I always like to show you really cool pictures? I want to show you these. I want to end the show with this evening because this is beautiful. This picture here is from Emerald Lake in British Columbia. This photographer is Joe Chung of Sacramento. And it says here behind the lens, a canoe cuts through a pristine glacier water in a beautiful afternoon at Emerald Lake, Canada, and Yoho National Park, British Columbia. The vivid turquoise color of the water and the surrounding mountain range is a spectacular sight to see. Yes, it is. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is absolutely gorgeous. And I just want to say, too, that I was born in this country, and I have an enormous amount of respect for our soldiers, all of our men in uniform that are not corrupt, and they believe in the words they say, and they take that oath to serve and protect. I have the utmost respect for you. And saying that, there's a couple of pictures that I found in the newspaper. And this one here just touched my heart. I really want to share this with you, and I hope that you can see it. But for Chaplain, fallen soldiers arrived on a hero's highway. And this was from Memorial Day. But this picture is so powerful. I mean, look it. You just gotta see that. You know, that's the American flag over the coffin of one of our fallen soldiers. You know, because our men and women are over there fighting, and even though we might think that it's useless, and you know, we all have our opinions about they shouldn't be there, they need to come home, and all this kind of stuff. You know, that's fine and dandy. That's true. But the bottom line is, they're still over there fighting. They're still over there fighting. They volunteered for it. They got drafted for it. They're doing it. Their heart and soul is in it. And most of them don't regret it, and they would do it again. Right or wrong, they're doing it. And they don't have to, you know. So I just want to shout out a little bit of support here. And I want to share this picture with you also. I think that is all, you know, that's another beautiful picture, you know. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for the evening. And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Go to my website, PelentaRForrest.com. Buy my book, Angels Passing Through. And I'm sure there's an angel sitting near you right about now. So just look to the side and say thank you. Thank you for watching. Many, many more shows to come. We're going to get out of here with my favorite tune. It's called One Love. And as usual, I am grateful for you. And I am so very grateful for everything. Thank you, thank you. God bless you all. And thank you for watching. Find out what's in Pelenta's forest. Good night.